want to start off this entry by saying, Dear 18-year-old me, I am incredibly proud and so glad that you stepped into the gym, regardless whether you had friends or not, and you kept on going and you made that conscious choice to change and to keep up the fitness and training. Just thinking back now, like when I was just growing up here, even in the UK, and I speak complete English and everything, but I was still born in two different worlds. And I've always been quite a shy and timid, very introverted person with anxiety that actually I've never told anybody growing up. I didn't even know what it was until I got a little bit older and understood like, actually I have social anxiety. A lot of people thought I was rude or a bit weird growing up, and it almost seems like every interaction I get, it seems a little bit awkward. And when I hear other people interact with each other or whatever, when they speak in general, they speak in a universal language, and it's something that I can't really comprehend. And growing up, I was just very confused. But so this has made me, I sort of isolated myself and tried to stay quiet. I'm a very quiet person when I was growing up, definitely during all through my school.
Okay, so decided to do a day in a life, and this is focuses about my perception of myself, my insecurities and everything, because I've got a lot of it. I'll explain a little bit later during the video, but it was Tuesday. That means it's leg day. I'm gonna take a multivitamin right now, and then let's go have breakfast.
So I'm going to explain some of my experiences of this social anxiety and how I had to muster up some courage to get through to where I am in present day, even though I still have it there and then, and how I can just deal with it really. But number one thing is having a routine. It actually really helps. If you have a plan and a routine and a goal, that's one thing that you need to understand, that you need to get on with, and don't think about what anybody says or judge or whatever. And because this is like a weakness of mine, especially in my fitness goals and my fitness journey, it's very difficult to film or whatever, because I would like to, keep true to like, I'm gonna do this, in the dark or whatever. But actually, I want to show my progress of it. And it's also evidence that I actually do it. I do 2 leg days every single week at the very moment. So, and I actually did 2 leg days for a while now, and it's worked well. One on Tuesday and one on Saturday. Uh, However, some days I feel like, damn, I honestly I feel like I don't want to go to do leg day, because not because I only just feel weak, but like how I look, my form must be really bad, and people might be judging me or something like that. But the only way to get better is to do it. So I'm just there to do it. I mean, sitting here thinking, like, talking to myself, I'm thinking, wow, what if, like, beforehand, back then, I thought, okay, legs don't get shown, or I had this horrible mindset of, like, right, that's my weakest point, so let's not do it, or something like that. And I never learned to like squat or understood the whole dynamics of legs or something like that. And I'm always learning anyway, no matter what, whether it's legs or my whole body, and different exercises every single time. There's there's thousands and thousands of different methods and to reach goals and everything. However, I'm actually very grateful to have failed all the failures that I've done for leg day, and this has definitely helped with my anxiety because I have failed it before, so I know what weights or anything like that. I mean, sometimes I do feel a bit embarrassed about like the weights I'm lifting, because I lift a little bit heavy. Sometimes, like there was one time in my life where I lift heavier on my upper body than I did my legs. But now my legs are, I'm doing 3 to 4 times my body weight, which is not too bad at the very moment. I need to watch myself because I don't want to get injured. I need to do this correctly, and I need to build up and understand how my body works and how my legs work. So my lower body works completely different to my upper body, because I feel like I had more experience in my upper body. However, even though I've trained legs a lot due to, like, let's say football or something like that, but I run a lot back then, and that's how my body composition was. But now it's just all lifting, so it's a bit different.
So typically, this is my breakfast. It's around 7:15, and so when I go to the gym, it'll be digested.
So here's my morning routine. I normally get up and normally just get on straight away, and when I have my breakfast, it's normally a protein shake, and I do a protein pancake and a banana with 0-calorie syrup, just to stay sane. And then I'll have enough time to let it digest and go get washed and everything. And if I have even more time, I actually stretch out and everything. But I still need to like pack my bags and everything for the gym. I like to be prepared. I don't know if you've noticed, but I actually typically chug down my protein shake. I actually don't like protein shake. I don't like to like savor it, or I don't know how people drink it really slowly, like it's a normal drink. It doesn't matter what flavor. And like all these years, I've never really enjoyed it, so I just normally just chug it down as fast as possible. No, I don't know why. I just wanted to make that out there. I just want to put that out there.
Okay, we're about to go to leg day. It's just past 8 a.m. I've got my EAAs to go today. Ultra Rosa Monster Energy Drink, 0 sugar, and then I'm going to take my L-carnitine. Okay, so I've already done my stretches whilst I was getting washed and everything, and then I've done my stretches, but I still have to do a warm-up sort of, and I'll do some very quick stretches before I do my first exercise. I'm going to film my exercise today because this is typically my leg day, and it's mostly focused on legs. I don't need much. I've ordered some knee sleeves, which hasn't come yet, and I don't need a belt at the very moment, but I would like a lever belt. That's in the works because I'm working on my legs. So even though I'm cutting down fat right now, I do the best I can with my legs. I've got leg day. These are only my leg day shoes. I only use them for leg day. I like them, but sometimes the restriction is here, so I have to be careful. Right, let's go. Battle gear. Let's go.
I probably already don't show it, but actually I need to psych myself up for this because I knew I was going to film and everything, so the anxiety was already building. And also I wanted to film because this isn't my typical leg day. This is also like, I think I have like 6 variants of leg day. Okay, so it's around 8:18 a.m. And people are probably starting to go take their kids to school and whatnot. So I'm gonna try to beat that traffic just before. And also, I want to do a very quick update. Is like, I'm quite embarrassed filming myself at the gym, so I'm gonna do my best.
but this is just a typically like leg day that I really want to like vlog or log in to show myself actually I do incredibly well. Like today I feel actually okay with my mood and energy levels, like because I did back day I still feel a bit but once I get my exercise going maybe I feel good. But during the time I know my basis of the weights that I put on, but if I can't do it I just can't do it, and I'll just do, you know, as much as possible. I do high volume training, so it's a high volume leg day because I started with high volume like upper body, so I believe like my legs needs to catch up on that. But at the same time I when I shred down and then when I focus on bulking, it will be definitely focused on legs mostly. So I'm gonna get to the gym now.
Filming was definitely difficult because I didn't want to be a part of what you see on the media, those gym people who put their cameras on the tripod and get in people's way. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, and hopefully this shows. Honestly, every time I go into leg day, there's always some anxiety because number one is I know I feel like I'm, even though I've got like a plan or something ahead, like a schedule, I still feel like, or once you get into the exercises and everything, when you're doing it, it's fine, but and then it's that build up of it which takes a lot of courage to do, and I just certainly don't like that feeling. Every time I actually go to the gym, whether it's leg day or whatever day it is, I always feel like there's always someone watching. I feel like there's always someone judging, and to the first time goers to the gym or people who are thinking about going to the gym, let them look, let them stare. They won't come up to you and say anything. They'll say it to their friends or they'll say it in their own mind, and that's not on you. So whatever it is, you get on with yourself. You don't even need to look at them. Let the elegance of ignoring someone and literally not even looking at them, by ignoring I mean like full on, do not look at them, do not anything, just if you need to walk past them, you walk past them. Get on with your machine and focus on your machine, focus on your movement, get it right, don't injure yourself. You've already done your part. Think about it, if they're taking their time to judge you and stare at you while you're working out in their own time of working out, that's their problem. Let's get to my first exercise then. The first exercise I like to do is definitely the hamstring seated curls. This definitely helps warm up the joints and the muscles just before you go into like the heavy compound movements like squats, leg presses, anything to do with like the heavier. So I sort of do like a low weight to start off with, like a warm-up set, and then I do like single legs in between each set. I do 3 working sets going heavier and heavier, and particularly around 2 to 3 minutes break in between. Just touching up on earlier, I got to remind myself that there are people at the gym who are just as scared or insecure as I am, and they're probably watching to try and learn, because I actually recently I had an interaction with a gym goer, and she actually mustered up the courage to ask, you know, to tell me, hey, I've been watching your ab work, like your ab movements, like the workouts that you've done for your abs, and I've just been learning, watching from afar. And I was like, oh right, okay. I mean, like if you had, and I just responded with, I mean, if you need any help or anything like that, I can pass on some wisdom. I'm not a trainer or anything, but from what I know, and maybe that can help you. And then we had a very small conversation about the gym and everything, and it was just really nice. But from the years of experience of going to the gym, especially like this one, if you go to a respectable gym, there are people who are there to lock in. You know, they may look mean, but they're or unapproachable. But actually, the majority of them, literally, they're just there to work out, right? So there's no time for judgment or anything like that. So if they do look at you, it doesn't actually mean that they're judging you or anything like that. Most of the time, a lot of these people here are watching over other people in case they're lifting heavy, and if they need a spotter. There are so many people I've seen at the gym that have failed their sets, and they were in a struggling situation where they just rush over to help. And I think this is an absolutely awesome thing. But until you get confronted by maybe a weirdo or a loser, I wouldn't worry about it too much and try to focus on yourself. And if you have actually, to be honest with you, if you muster up the courage and ask people, hey, if you see someone who's doing an exercise and how they're doing it, instead of thinking, oh, they're weird for doing it, why not ask them, why are you doing it? And then they'll probably tell you why, because otherwise they won't be doing it. So you learn something new every day. As I'm babbling on, we're already on our second exercise. So straight after the ham curls, I do the leg press. This is not my particular leg day, so leg press is my second. Normally I do like hack squats or something like that, but it's definitely a compound right now. And this particular machine, this particular leg press, I don't actually use often. And there's another one that's in the gym, which I use a lot more, and I've grown accustomed to the movement of that. The whole idea of this exercise for me is, just looking back at it, I actually don't go down as much as I feel. I really feel like it goes really straight to my chest, but actually looking back, it doesn't actually go as far, because I'm not locking my legs either. You have to make sure you don't lock your legs when you're doing these kind of exercises to avoid any injury or your knees bending in. Oh god. I have my feet around shoulder width apart, right to the bottom of the platform where I'm pressing, because I am trying to target my outer quads. And I've been doing that for the past few weeks now to really hit my quads, and then I isolate that with another leg day that does really targets my glutes. But this one is mainly like an all-rounder today of this exercise. As I'm doing this, I'm actually, I don't know, should I be embarrassed of my form or anything like that, because I do try my best. And of course, you can see I need to grow my legs a lot more. I need to gain some strength in it, but I do a good weight into them, and I feel really good. However, I still feel like I'm a bit off, and of course there's always room to grow. And of course, practice makes perfect, so I've got to keep practicing and repeating. And I forgot to mention, after these kind of exercises, especially when you're doing legs or quads, and when you're targeting it, you can see I'm giving them a good stretch, because that's how you really get into the muscle, and that's how it grows. But this exercise, I am doing the pendulum squats, the front squats, because normally I would do a barbell squat. However, all the barbells were taken at this moment, and so was the Smith machine. And I'm glad that this is around, and I can literally use this as a substitute. It feels good, and but it was very, very difficult. I don't know why, but I really wanted to mention, as I'm filming and I'm setting up the cameras for each of my exercise, I feel quite arrogant. I don't want people to think oh, I'm this professional bodybuilder or something that's filming. I'm actually filming because of myself, and because of my form, and I want to look back at this, and this actually helps me a lot to really criticize myself and get better. I'm actually quite a self-critical person, and the people that know me a lot will say, I don't know what star signs has to do with this, but apparently when you're a Virgo, you definitely am very self-critical. You aim for perfection and very creative. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty accurate, and that's one of the biggest flaws that I have as a personality, or personality trait, characteristics. And I like to, especially seeing all these exercises that I'm doing right now, I'm looking back from a different perspective, because I don't have a trainer. It really, really puts me into another perspective. But one thing for sure is that really helps with this anxiety of especially going to the gym is preparation. Research and preparation, especially with these kind of exercises. I found this on the internet, on YouTube, from one of the Gymshark athletes. They told me to put a bar in front so that you can rest your femur, which is your front part of your legs, quad side, so that you can stop with any random movements, especially when you're doing RDLs. And I'm doing it with dumbbells. I'm not gonna lie, these were quite difficult, so I'm definitely going to incorporate these more so into my routine. Not only does this help with your hamstrings, but it also helps with your lower back, which I am very, very weak on. I've definitely injured my lower back a lot in the recent years. That's why I need to take it very, very easy, but you can only build up on that and try to get stronger, and that's what I'm going to do. Right, onto the pendulum swing squat. This is a very, very quick one. Like, I don't actually go heavy on these ones. The reason why I do these is in between all the other exercises is I'm trying to get this deep stretch, and you can see I go all the way down and then back up, and then try and get that movement really, really in to get that deep stretch to really work my quads. I feel like to get better, I need to understand the movement, so hence why my high volume to sort out my movement and strength, understanding each exercises. Each time I do legs or something like that, and I'm trying different new exercises or whatever I'm incorporating within like different variations of exercises to either shock the muscle or to change up, so it's not like the same old boring routine and you're working your muscle and you're hitting your muscles different. It helps not to put it like, not only does it help your muscle physically, but it also helps like with the perspective of like your weight and understanding each exercises, and you're actually a lot stronger than you think. Like, honestly, like after I've been doing this for a couple of weeks, well, leading up to like 3 months now, and we've incorporating loads of different exercises. Right now, even like in these laying down hamstring curls, even though I've already done my hamstring curls, is because I just want to gain more experience on how to work the machine, how to set it up for yourself, and it gives you a lot of confidence. It gives you so much more confidence, and that's why I'm feeling good, and it makes me feel good. And when you literally surpass the fear, that if you cross the line of fear and then you just go and do it, you'll be very, very surprised of what you can actually achieve, especially with these like single leg presses that I'm doing right now, which I've incorporated in. I beg everybody to really try their best to cross the line of fear. One thing I forgot to mention is, like, if you apply the basic principles of all this, especially when you're working out, you know what you're doing. This applies to all the research and preparation, to every exercise. When you get that going down that stretch, getting that tempo right, getting the breathing right, and even though if you try new exercises, you're already halfway, to be honest with you, and please go try. As you can see, I'm doing the leg extensions, and I did 3 very heavy sets of around, normally I try to go for 8, but if I can push to 10, that would be awesome, just to finish off my quads. And then before I say anything, there's a guy in the background, and he's been in the background like in some of my couple of exercises. I actually asked beforehand if it's okay for me to film myself, and he said it's fine, don't worry about it. So yeah, I got consent, and I'm just trying to be respectful, that's all. He said yeah, that's fine. And because of the gym layout, there's some actually booty work machines upstairs. This includes abductors and adductors. And so I thought, just to make it easy, after these I did my calf raises on that machine, along with my front, I don't know what they're actually called, but they're for the front muscle of the calf area. I do these at the very, very end. Some people like to do it at the beginning, but I've accustomed to doing it at the very, very end. Sometimes I do it at the beginning before my leg workout, and then I go into my hammy curls or my laying down curls. This depends if there's people or if the machine's been used. Okay, so today I went out my way to try some Bulgarian split squats because I'm trying to incorporate these into my routine, and I need to build this movement into some of my routine, and I'm trying to get into a heavier weight class to help build my legs. And it's a good isolation exercise, and I know the fact that the balance is not there felt a bit awkward, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The thing is, just like this whole video I've been saying, if you don't try, you would never know. Like, if you don't get out your comfort zone, and right now this is definitely out of my comfort zone, especially, and metaphorically you can like apply this to anything that you try to put your mindset into. plan to do this, even though it will be awkward, and I know it might be a little bit off, or it won't feel very natural. And to be honest with you, not feeling very natural is actually a good thing. If you don't do something new, you won't never learn. And like if you let that fear hold you back, there's no way you can grow from that. The whole goal around this Bulgarian split squat at some point is I was hoping to put a bar on my back with a few plates and then do my single split squats one day. It's like that quote, one day or day one, you decide. And I really like that. Right, I'm finishing off my exercises with 3 sets of abductors and 3 sets of adductors. And actually, I just supersetted these as much as possible with because I was pretty fatigued from the whole high volume training, all that you saw, all those exercises that I did. And actually, I did still did quite heavy weights on these, so I enjoyed my rest time and made sure I did it properly. But these are very, very important to me because these are exercises I still need to get used to as well, because I incorporate these during my shredding when I first started shredding. So I don't really do these much, and I didn't bulk properly. And of course, just to finish off, did some stretching. I just want to finish up this video by talking about the biggest part of like gym anxiety, and probably a lot of you might relate. But to Dear Journal, I think I'm quite proud of myself for overcoming this, for not caring. Biggest part is caring what other people think. The biggest part is judgment. And I can tell you this now, people who judge at the gym are losers. If people judge you at the gym, they are losers. Ignore them, do your own, don't mind other people. Make sure you do you. Make sure you care for yourself, make sure you focus on yourself. Yeah, don't worry, like the gym is a facility for people to better themselves, and that's exactly what you're doing. So please start the gym. And I'm so glad that I started the gym, and I thank myself for it 100%. I actually really enjoyed making my journals like this and self-reflecting and self-affirmation and everything. So Dear Journal, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I will better myself each day.